Hi everyone, it's Raquel of Raquel's Caribbean Cuisine, and today I'm going to show you how I made this stewed oxtail, gungo rice and peas, and sweet plantains. Really delicious. So I'm going to start with the oxtail. Here I have some nicely washed oxtail. Most of the fat was trimmed. I'm going to season with some salt, black pepper, some jerk seasoning, yes, and this consists of all the finest ingredients, allspice, ginger, the whole works, so nothing else will be needed. But I'm also gonna add some rib rub to this though, and feel free to use your favorite seasonings. Now in with some browning, and this is caramelized sugar, which is going to give the meat that beautiful brown color. But you could go ahead and brown your own sugar, which is what I normally do, but I'm going to show you different ways of preparing this lovely meal. Also in with some chopped ground seasoning. I usually give this a blend, making a green seasoning, but as I mentioned, different ways of cooking, same great results, and this is how my mother and grandparents used to do it. Now I'm going to mix everything, making sure everything is nicely combined, and these herbs and spices smells amazing. Now you could cover this down and allow this to sit and marinate, which is usually recommended, but if you're a cook, you could go right ahead and prepare this, which is what I'm going to do. Same great flavor. Now to my nice thick Dutch pot, I'm just going to add just a bit of cooking oil, because oxtails and lamb tend to produce a bit of grease. Yes, going to shake off all of that chopped herbs and spices. You really don't want those to burn. Then I'm going to give these oxtails a nice sear on both sides, which in fact locked in all the flavors, yes, and also render whatever fat is present. So now that these are nicely seared, smell absolutely amazing, I'm going to add all the fresh seasonings in, along with some hot water as not to drop the cooking temperature. Then I'm going to cover this under the lowest heat, and I'm going to allow this to cook until it's nice and tender, and this may take between 1.5 to 2 hours. So while the oxtail is cooking, for this nice pot of rice and peas, I'm going to be using some fresh green gungo peas or pigeon peas. I'm going to add some garlic to that, along with some freshly blended coconut milk. I'm going to give this a nice mix. Then I'm going to cover this and allow this to cook until the peas are nice and soft. 40 minutes later, the peas are nice and soft. As you can see, the coconut milk have created that custard and grease, which is going to make this rice and peas so delicious. Now I'm going to season up this pot. I'm going to add some fresh scallion and thyme, scotch bonnet pepper. I'm going to add a bit of salt, some jerk or all-purpose seasoning. Yes, you're going to flavor this pot nicely. Also, I'm going to add some sugar just to balance out the flavors, along with some butter. You're going to taste, make sure the flavor is on point. Then I'm going to allow this to cook just for a few more minutes. Few minutes later, this pot is nicely flavored. Now in with some rice of your choice. I'm going to give this a nice mix. Then I'm going to cover this under the lowest heat and allow this to steam, and this may take between 20 to 25 minutes. Now back to the oxtails. These have been cooking for about 2 hours. They're nice and tender, and this would be considered ready. You could actually see the flavors. Smells so good. But lastly, I'm going to add some ketchup to this, bell peppers, a whole scotch bonnet pepper, and some fresh thyme. Then I'm going to give this just a few more minutes. About 2 hours and 15 minutes to be exact, and these oxtails are ready. Nice and tender. The gravy is thick and flavorful. Just absolutely beautiful. This smells amazing. The gungo rice and peas is also ready, and over here I have some nice sweet plantains. I'm gonna serve this up, and when I tell you, this food was delicious. No marinating time for the oxtails, and you could not even tell. My family and I enjoyed this down to the last bite. Absolutely delicious. I want to thank you so very much for watching, and remember, if you like this video, please do not leave without clicking the like button.